You can certainly tell there's a sound of Nottingham. We're quite isolated up here. We've kind of got our own thing going on. We're influenced by the rudeness of London with the bleepy stuff of the north, rude boy techno.
In Nottingham, you think you've seen all the places there is to see, and then it's kind of exciting when somebody comes out and finds somewhere new.
Nottingham is one of the most central places in the UK. I think it's the furthest place away from a coast at all.
It's not a massive city and it's not a tiny city, it's kind of in between, but it's packed with people.
And there's a good, engaged, creative audience here as well.
Wig Flex started off as my mixtape, and then it turned into like a weekly party, and then naturally just grew into a collective, into a club night. We'd be trying to sell it to our mates, like, yeah, come, we're putting on techno, and everyone automatically thinks of 1,000 BPM kick drums and dogs on bits of string. So we'd have to be like, no, it's not that sort of techno, it's rude boy techno. It's techno for people that grew up listening to garage, hysteria tape packs, you know, it's sort of gloopy, it's melodic, it's proggy, it's a bit mucky. It's just a real creative session that just really set the tone to what we do with our parties. I like things that people can, you know, interact with over the night, and just sets us apart from promoters that just put parties on in the club and don't do anything to the space.
This is a loose atmosphere, so I think just make everything loose, make everything completely free, and that's the way to do it. It's really nice just to add another layer on top of the music. For me, it's all complementing the music. It's about really timed, really visual stuff that is kind of just enhancing rather than detracting at all the atmosphere.
I think Matt's become really, really important to me over the past few years because, you know, he basically sets the tone. You've got your residents that set the musical tone, but he's in charge of all the lighting, all the visuals, and, you know, he's become really important.
There's a visual element to music that I always wanted. I always really appreciated how audio and visual comes together in the brain and how they interact. That complete picture perception is really dependent on an extra kind of layer of processing. I just like things to kind of be organic and feel live and feel kind of like they're happening there, not like they're a pre-recorded render or something that's been kind of sculpted. I'd like it to kind of feel like it's all been synthesized. That kind of echoes the more immediacy of the night itself.
Nottingham, like any other city, there's your more commercial nights, and then there is nights that are kind of more DIY. You can tell the difference in the crowds, you can tell the difference in just the kind of vibe it is. I'm happy that we do still have that DIY creative party scene as well, because that's what makes Nottingham, Nottingham.
We was doing the house parties, people try and get in, he was like, shut the front door, don't let anyone else in. And it kind of made sense for the parties we were doing. His house parties was intimate.
It's just grown from there, but at the same time, our ethos is to really keep that kind of house party vibe. Promoters in the city are looking for alternative spaces, and it is something that Nottingham lacks, but when something is found, it makes it special.
You don't want to just have parties in the same old spaces because people get bored and they won't come. We don't have an endless supply of, I don't know, Soviet-era power stations. At the club-ready spaces we have up here, there's not many good ones. So, you know, we have to take over these sort of spaces like we have here, the Contemporary, and just do our thing with them.
I think that if you get people to feel like they have a part in it as well, rather than just worshipping a DJ.
It's not so much anymore that you can just take a headliner and put them in a club. People are looking for more of an experience.
I hope we've inspired the new generation of people coming up and partying. I remember when we used to go out every week, there was the people I sort of looked up to, and they've sort of influenced the sort of stuff I'm playing now. And if we could have done anything similar, then I'll be absolutely buzzing.